What's up? My name is Rudy Hartmann. I'm the SALT Committee Director at Doxa Church in Madison, Wisconsin. And my breakout here at Roundup this year is on kickstarting your college ministry, planning your first 30 days this fall, the first 30 days of fall. We've all got stories about people who we met during that first 30 days that started following Jesus, that became disciples, that joined our leadership teams, that went overseas, that just that first 30 days is such a critical time period to be able to meet people. And so in our breakout, I really broke it down into two areas. One, there's a framework that needs to shift from looking at the first 30 days in the lens of getting to events to moving people through a structure, moving people through kind of the story that you're telling about what it would look like to follow Jesus on this campus. And if I was to use a word to describe what every first 30 needs to look like, it needs to look like movement. Moving you through the different things that are being offered by your campus ministry that you're planning as you're structuring it so that people know how to live in community, a community that follows Jesus together on your campus and in your city, a community that's outward facing, a community that's looking up and following after Jesus and worship and life. But always looking at it, not just trying to get to an event, but moving you through different events, different moments, different gatherings, different groups to try to really ingrain the importance of being a part of this community that you're a part of as you're loving, following Jesus together and getting the gospel that came to you to those who are around you. Really, as you're thinking about doing that, we give one paradigm, 5 questions to really be able to think through as you're planning your first 30 days this fall. Question number 1 as you're planning it is, what did you do last year? What were the last 30 days like? Don't just run the play. Look back, get some perspective, get some data. What were the last 30 days? What was it last year? Go back, get the raw data. Look at it. Like, try to pull some things out of it as you stare at what it was last year, and then take some time, question 2, to think about what it will be next year. Really valuing vision, taking time to think and to pray and get with people about what it could look like next year, what it was like, what it could look like this next year. And then question 3 is you start to really form, okay, this is what I want it to look like. This is what our team thinks the first 30 could look like. You need to answer the question, who will do what, when, and how? It's a high value on team. It's a high value on administration. And if you are administrative, this is a gift that you have. If you're not administrative, get someone around you that is. Like, ask Mitch to hook you up with somebody that is. We really want you to be around someone that'll help you answer that question, who will do what, when, and how. After you think about that question, really look at the unique season that we're in over this summer and say, man, how much could I get done over summer? I don't want to do sermon prep the week leading up to kickoff because I want to be on campus with students, which means I can get so much of that done over the summer as I'm planning that first 30 days. I don't want to do administration or planning for registration or events or room reservations or anything like that. I want to do all of that as much as I can over summer. So in the first 30 days, what I'm spending my time doing is the thing that I'm valuing, being on campus with students, being out there with my leaders, being shoulder to shoulder as we share the gospel on campus, which brings us to that final question, which is, what should you be doing? Not what do you want to be doing, but what should you be doing? What uniquely can you do? That's a question of focus, and it's also a question of brutal honesty, really looking at that first 30 days and saying, this is what I should be doing, and structuring out from there. Okay, this is what I should be doing. So how much can I get done over the summer? Who will do what, when, and how? Looking ahead and saying, I think it's going to be like this as you look back and say, this is what it's been like in the past. You take those 5 questions and you're able to plan it. Don't take my plan. Don't take someone else's plan. Borrow, use, imitate, lean into that wisdom that you've seen in other places. Then what is the plan that God has for you in your context, under your convictions, as what your ministry is there for? Take those questions and plan those first 30 days, reaching students on your campus for the glory of God and the good of your city.